Himes is very much writing off of that book or against that book or in response to that book. And his main character, and if he'd always let him go, is trying not to do what Bigger Thomas did. So it's fascinating to look at those two books together and then to think about how his detective fiction uses violence and crime as a way to protest against white racism. I think is really cool. I think, I know that Himes is your #1 suspect, but I need to tip you off that we have a professor on this floor who loves mysteries. I think she's a writer, and I hear she has some issues with cats, too.
Hey, why don't we try this person right here? Excuse me, Miss Eastberg. We're literary agents, and we'd like to ask you a few questions, please. Miss Eastberg, we're literary agents Gower and Dickinson, and we're currently investigating a serial writer, and we're wondering if you can give us some insight on Chester Himes. He's our primary suspect right now, and we think he was writing between the 1940s and the 1960s, and we're wondering if you can give us any insight into that era so we can figure out his motives.
So you're talking about a time when detective fiction transitioned from the golden age into the hard-boiled tradition. It was a time when mystery novels were becoming an increasingly intense, so intense, critique of their social context. Historically, and you're not a historian, so historically, the integrationist theory of the 1940s dictated that African Americans must quietly and patiently earn their equality. While in the 1960s, they brought back the Back to Africa idea and the civil rights movements. Now, Himes, the person that you're looking into, he rejected integrationist theory. He didn't believe anyone should have to prove him or herself because of skin color. And although he supported the civil rights movement, he considered the Back to Africa movement absurd because he rejected it. Some members of African American culture rejected Himes, though. Is it Roshan?
Yeah, you can trust me because I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing.
Me too. Look, so I know Himes fits your profile of a serial writer, but as long as you're here, I need to tip you off that I know this professor, and the more you talk about this, the more I think she might be it. She really is into mysteries, and frankly, there are a lot of people around here who are very suspicious of her. So, her name is Arrow, and she really has issues with cats.
Not cats.
You look really bookish today.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Mimi, we're literary agents and we have to ask you a few questions. Would you step outside, please?
We're literary agents, Gower and Dickinson, and we're wondering if we can ask you a few questions about Chester Himes. Are you familiar with him?
Oh, Himes. I seem to recall a few things about Himes. He was once approached by Marcel Dumas, you know, the man who translated his first novel into French. Anyways, Dumas wanted Himes to write detective novels for his series. Well, Himes told him he didn't think he could write like that, and Dumas told him just start with action, always with action, action in detail. No stream of consciousness. We don't give a damn about who's thinking what, only about what they're doing. Don't worry about making sense, he said. That's for the end. He told Himes to give him 220 type pages. Oh, and because Himes said he had no idea as to what he was supposed to be writing, Dumas told him to read Peter Cheney, Dashiell Hammett, and Raymond Chandler. Lots of Chandlerlisms in Himes' writing. Want to hear some?
Oh, sure, why not?
The valley was like the frying pan of hell. And here's another. A buxom yellow horse smelled like unwashed armpits bathed in dime store perfume, and...
That'll do, ma'am. Just the facts. That's good.
I know you're suspicious of Himes, but we have a professor here. She's always writing. She teaches this class on the mystery novel, and don't even get me started on her issues with cats.
I think we better go check her out. Oh,
Here it is. Carol. This is what we're looking for. She's a mystery teacher or writer, and word on the street is she has an obsession with cats.
Maybe we should ask her a few questions.
Miss Carol Barrowman?
We're literary agents and we just want to ask you a few questions. Would you open the door, please? All right, if she won't answer the door and answer our questions, I think I know someone who knows her who might talk.
Okay.
Mr. Casey, we're literary agents Gower and Dickinson, and we're wondering if we can ask you a few questions.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm wondering, are you familiar with anybody by the name of Carol Barrowman?
Yes, I am. I have heard of her and I've seen her around.
Okay, well, we're investigating a serial writer, and we're wondering if we can ask you a few questions about her.
Well, you're probably going to ask about cats, and I don't think it's really fair to go around and accuse people of being serial writers. So I'm afraid I'm going to not be able to answer any more questions. I might need to make a phone call to my attorney, and I'm going to have to plead the fifth.
I tripped over this and...
Cat air.
Although, during his time, the work of Chester Himes was not embraced, as historian Robin Winks denotes, to gain insight into a culture's history, it's better to study literature that was unpopular at the time. Through his writing, we find Chester Himes guilty of commenting on society by subverting social norms, attacking popular movements of his era, and successfully spotlighting the absurdities of racism and social injustice. In the words of author Ishmael Reed, Himes said openly what others only whispered about.
Like the whole last case that we worked on with Carol, do you think that should be closed up pretty much now?
I don't know, I'm still suspicious of her.
I'm still suspicious.
So, hold on. Literary agent Gower here, how can I help you? What? Oh my gosh, I think we have another serial writer.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. What? And you think his name is Mosley?